It's become a welcome Wednesday tradition for the Toledo Walleye, the team heading to a nearby charter school to educate the students on the game of hockey. Today it was Sunbridge Middle School. Now earlier this week, the voice of the Walleye, Melzak, joined us in studio to educate us. There's a new guy in town, and you wonder, is that something, are we concerned about the chemistry? Are we concerned about the 3 losses back to back to back, that we were missing something? Why bring in a new guy at this juncture?
Well, because you're looking at a guy with the resume of Mike Embach. True. You know, who says, I am done playing in Scotland, I'm going to come back to the U.S., I'll play in the ECHL. You look at his career numbers, they're fantastic. And you start going down your roster and you go, wow, you know, you get a guy that can score at his pace. He's had a year where he's had over a point per game in the ECHL. It was 14-15 with the Fort Wayne Comets. Watching him up close the last couple of years, and he's going against Fort Wayne, he is a guy that can give you points. He hits everybody. He's kind of a little bit of a disturber out there on the ice. He's kind of that piece up front that Dan Watson's looking for. And you know what? Yes, maybe you might a little bit in the chemistry side, but hockey teams are used to guys coming in and out. You see it all the time. Zach Nastasiuk's here one weekend, Luke Esposito's here one weekend, the next weekend they're not. One's in, one's out. One day, lines changes, all this stuff happens. It's not that huge of a deal, but you look at where Toledo's at right now, they're running out 10 forwards. He takes an injury, maybe 2, now all of a sudden you're down to 8. Right. They're kind of in that spot where until A.J. Jenks is healthy and maybe you get some help from above. Otherwise, you're sitting there going, man, I could be in trouble here very quickly. I think it's a smart move by Dan Watson. It's hard to add a guy like Mike Embach at any point during a year. Right. To be able to do that is a win.
And a good dual meaning there from above could be Grand Rapids or the good Lord, but we'll take both. Yes. Is it fair to say that this move could have been made maybe with the future in mind? You bring in a Fort Wayne guy who had a lot of success in the ECHL. You've had struggles against Fort Wayne this year. Maybe?
I'm going to nip that in the bud right away. That had nothing to do with it. It is strictly about adding Mike Embach and a terrific player that Mike Embach is.
Because you know I have this thing about Fort Wayne.
I know you do. You are obsessed with Fort Wayne.
Yes.
I think you leave here at night after the studio, you drive to Fort Wayne, you spit on Memorial Coliseum, and then you drive back.
There's no spitting, no spittle.
I don't know what I don't know. But for some reason, you have this obsession with Fort Wayne.
Because I feel like I've seen this before, that Fort Wayne, what they've done, but we don't see them again. We don't see them again for quite some time, right?
Right, the last home game of the year.
Right.
Okay, the last weekend of the year.
Okay.
We'll see. But let me tell you something with Fort Wayne, okay? Last year, those 2 teams played in the playoffs.
Yes, they did.
It was a 5-game, could have been a sweep.
Could have been.
So it was a 5-game Toledo win.
Once again, nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here.
Yes.
Okay.
You got to let it go.
If
you do need to drive by Memorial Coliseum, do whatever you got to do there and get it out of your system.
I noticed the Princess Palooza has not left you, as you said, to let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. All right, he's talking about the edge each and every week. He is Matt Melzak, the voice of hockey in Toledo.
Go, Eric.